Wednesday, and Wednesday is breaking news. We're heading out over here to Sturgis, and we got some special reports to give you today on what the heck is going on in Sturgis, getting ready for the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally.
That's right. Stay tuned and find out what we do today. Hi, this is the Bob and Tam Show. This is Tam, and we're going to go right to Bob. He is with the mayor of Sturgis, and he's going to give you an interview with the mayor. Bob, take it away.
My name is Kevin Forrester. I'm a lifelong City of Sturgis resident, and I'm the Sturgis mayor currently.
And what do we got coming up in a couple weeks?
We have the 85th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, and boy, the community is ready, and we're excited.
And what's some of the events you guys are going to put on?
Well, our event list this year includes many of our staples from the past: an opening ceremony, a veteran appreciation event. We've got some rides with the Chief of Police, and of course the mayor's ride. And we're hoping to build momentum with those, and provide a good experience for everybody joining the rally, whether you're a resident, a vendor, or someone here just to enjoy the rally's tourist aspect.
And we know the economy's kind of tough these days. It really doesn't, when it comes to the police protection, cleaning of the property, the streets and all that, everything's going to look exactly the same as it has the last years.
It certainly is. We are focusing heavily on public safety and the items that a municipality does, making sure that we have safe and clean streets. And I don't think that rally participants will see any difference in any rally that they've ever attended previously.
And we're hoping for great weather.
We're hoping for great weather. We can have some kind of crazy weather in that, hail, heavy downpours, those sorts of things. Yeah.
Come prepared, right?
Come prepared.
Ready for everything. And so we've already talked to the chief, so we already know when the streets and all that's going to be closed down and all the different things and all the events. When
you're going to have your opening ceremony still?
Yes, we'll have the opening ceremony on Saturday, and that will be kind of similar to the past. We're not going to have any hired entertainment. It's going to be more of our recognition of our different VIPs associated with the rally. Tuesday is our Veteran Appreciation Day. I hope that that's bigger and better than it's ever been. You talk about a time that maybe we're all pinched a little bit in our economy and the worries about our country. Well, patriotism is still strong here in Sturgis, and I think we're going to do a good job recognizing the efforts of our veterans from the past and those that are here today.
And all that's done at Harley Square.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Rally Point, corner of Harley-Davidson Way and Main Street, and we'll finish that up with a B1 flyover. Loud pipes save lives.
There you go. Anything else you want to say?
You're going to have a mayor's ride too, right?
We are going to have 2 motorcycle rides. We've got a Chief's ride that's going to happen before the rally gets going, primarily because our chief is just too darn busy. And we then will have a mayor's ride a little bit later into the week, and I think that will be fun. I mean, honestly though, I hope a lot of really fun people attend, because the mayor isn't a draw for the mayor's ride.
So what do you ride? What's your bike?
Well, I'll be riding Harley-Davidson during this event.
Okay. You've been riding a motorcycle for a long time.
I got my first motorcycle at 7 years old. So yeah, I've been a motorcycle rider here in Sturgis for a lot of years.
Okay. You want to welcome everybody out?
I certainly do. Want to welcome everybody to a great time, a safe time, and hopefully this meets their expectations for their vacation, and they share it with their friends and family, and they come back.
Here we are on Sunday. It's cars, motorcycles, and guitars. I think I got it right this week. And every Sunday up until about 2 weeks for the rally, they have that out here. They have food and bands, and it's all free. Food's not free. But we're checking out here to see what they're doing out back here. Looks like they got some more wood up. They're actually out here working today. We've had some rain this week. It's a little muddy out here. Out here in the Black Hills, you never know where it's going to rain and where it's not. Today we're supposed to get rain again. It's a little cloudy today. I guess the sun's not even actually out at this moment. Let's take a look and see what they've got going on. There looks like they're working on putting some steel, doing maybe some welding over there. I can't see the sparks flying yet. And they got some more planks up here on this end going. So moving along. So they might be working today due to the fact they might have had some rain out here during the week that they were unable to work. They got some more out there that they've got assembled that they're probably going to be lifting up there and putting them all together. So it looks like they've got this bridge has got the I-beams on it. Like I said, they're putting the wood on it. This one going across now, it's got all its I-beams on both sides. So they're working on that one over there. And they got to connect. They just felt a drop of rain. So getting some work done out here at the Full Throttle Saloon.
Gotta balance that.
Pretty cool.
Getting it there. Hopefully I can get the balance right. Keep it going. Starting to lift.
There you go. So tell us what bike did you bring out today?
I brought a 1936 Harley Davidson VLH, which is the 80 cubic inch, and just rode it from Glencoe Campground over here.
Right.
With the hat on, I was like,
yeah, that's tough. I can't even wear a baseball cap. No matter how tight I put it, it always flies off.
on a trailer.
Okay.
We're gonna bring it here for the show, 3-day show.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty special. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. So here's the decking, or the bases for the decking, that they're pre-building them. Then they're putting them on this lift. Then they're putting them up there and they're sliding them down. And then they'll be screwing them all together, bolting them more or less, bolts. And so that's how they're doing it. They'll be going all the way around and then they'll hit on this side, they'll go to this way, and they still got to put the beams up on that. The beams are over there, so they still got to get the beams on that one there. Then we got to get some steps built to get up and down on those. There's all the wood that they've got to do to get this done. A lot of cool stuff, so we'll have a bunch of neat stuff going on pretty soon. This is a smokehouse they're working on. Can't show it yet because it's still too raw to show you all the good stuff that they've got going on in there, but it's going to be a place to go. And if you're VIP, you want to make sure you get those VIP passes because you're going to get a special lunch or dinner over there at the smokehouse. So once again, we got some rain here at the Full Throttle and here in, for Sturgis area. Just never know when the rain's gonna come in. So keep your eyes out for it and... It's raining. What's it doing?
Not raining in here.
Once again, this is why you bring rain gear with you. If you're riding in this, it'd take you probably about a mile and you'd be totally soaked. Boots and all. It's coming down now. Come on, camera. Got a bunch of food reviews going on today. We're going to go out to JR's Barbecue. Check that out. We're also going to have one on our soup place.
Magnolia Soup Company, right here in Sturgis.
And we're going to go out and find out where the best steak tips are in Sturgis. So let's get to all that right now.
Go.
What?
Spicy Joe Pivot. I guess he's gonna do the pulled pork sandwich.
Today is barbecue day. Can you believe it? JR's
Finally.
Barbecue. It's right over here at exit, is it 52?
I think so.
Yep. Real easy to find. I'll put the exit down here to find it. Really great place. They're expanding this whole building. So the other thing they're getting ready to do is before rally, and we'll get over here in about 3 weeks to show you where it's at. They're going to open up a bar on the other end. It's only going to be beer and wine because you can't get a hard liquor license right now from anywhere. So it'd be pretty cool. They're looking at maybe having some pizza, some chicken wings, some different things like that, and we'll let you know as we get closer to that. We're going to flash up our food right now. Bing! There's the food. What'd you eat?
I had brisket and macaroni salad. It was really good. And then I got a cornbread.
And what did I have?
I had a pulled pork and a bag of chips.
Yeah, they don't have fries here.
No, that's the only bad thing. But
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
can't have everything.
That's right.
Good barbecue is good barbecue.
Yep, it's a really great place. Great owners here. They've always been really good. They've been expanding as they've been going on. They got next door. They already had made a bigger dining room, so you have more place. They got really cool tables. They're all laminated, and there's one in there's got playing cards and poker chips inside the table. Really cool. They got a patio out back you can sit on and all that kind of cool stuff. So you'll be able to start buying soon. You'll be able. Normally they're only open Thursday through Saturday. But starting the rally week, they will be open from Saturday all the way through the next Saturday. So come on out here, get some of the best barbecue you can find in the Black Hills.
Yep.
We've never found anything better. Just like now, we had a whole bunch of the sheriffs were in here. Deputies were all in here. A lot of construction workers always stop in here. First time we ever came here, there was all these crew trucks out here and electric company and all this stuff was out here. And it's like, whenever you see them out in front of a business, especially a restaurant,
Good food.
that's right. You can rely on it, and it's a good place to eat because once the locals eat here, everybody does. So here it is just a little bit after 12, and I'm going to show you the parking lot, how full it is. I didn't get a shot inside, but it's really crowded inside now, too. They're probably going to open up the other side here real soon and start letting people sit in there.
Yep.
So how was the food?
Very good. 2 thumbs up.
Yep, really good. I ate everything. Even all the chips, and even ate half her
We
cornbread.
didn't even split anything. How about that?
That's right.
We ate all.
So everything we got was $37.
$37.
And I had a soda. Came along, bottle of soda. They don't have any fountain sodas here. They got everything's in a bottle. They even got some glass bottles if you like some of that. Coke and some of the cream sodas and stuff they had in glass bottles, the old full-size ones.
Yep.
So they have that too in a cooler and stuff like that. So really cool. They got all kinds of stuff. Usually during the week they have a special for the day. Today it must already be gone because they had the board wiped out. You've seen that. But pretty cool. We highly recommend it. We'll try to eat here one more time. Well, definitely we're going to get back here in 3 weeks to see the bar.
Yep.
And but yeah.
Good place to stop.
There you go. Let's
Check
get
it
on.
out.
Let's get on and see what else we're going to do today.
JR's Roadhouse.
Sorry, they had a whole bunch of motorcycles came in. I think those guys were sitting out back. So we got a whole bunch of bikes came in. There's all the patrol cars out front. There's our truck. Got a trike over here. A guy with a boat just pulled in. Got some more cars way back there in the back. So yeah, got a pretty good crowd. They probably got a dog in that car. Is probably why it's running. Got a popo dog. Tam's gonna go out right now, and she's gonna go out and see Wyatt at Wyatt's Lemonade. So Tam, go ahead and see what Wyatt's got to say.
Hi, I'm Wyatt Dennis, and we're at Wyatt's Lemonade.
And what do you have going on during the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally?
I do a lemonade stand and raise money for St. Jude and 4 other charities.
Alrighty. And what days are you going to be open for the rally?
I'm going to be open from August 26th, maybe the 25th, depending on traffic, to end the rally, which I believe is August 9th.
And you're going to have any special events during the rally this year?
Yes, on Wednesday, August 6th, we are going to have a root beer float night. We're going to have Frank Fletcher music out playing, Peacock Company out of Custer,
So who's supplying the root beer?
Wild West Snack Company,
And who's supplying the ice cream?
Grocery Mart out of Sturgis.
And then you're going to have entertainment and all that. And are you going to have specific hours you're only going to be serving root beer, or is it going to be all day?
6 to 8.
6 to 8. And then you're going to have some yard games and stuff to play too, right?
Oh yeah.
And how do we get to Wyatt's Lemonade Stand?
Exit 40 off of I-90, 3/4 of a mile down Sturgis Road, and you'll see us.
Alright. And if we wanted to buy something that said Wyatt's Lemonade on it, do you have anything?
Yeah, we have a ton of merch. Patches, hats, shirts, stickers, magnets, a ton of stuff.
So let's tell everybody to come by and see me.
Come by and see us. We welcome anybody.
Well, I was gonna. What'd you get?
Chicken Norwegian dumpling soup with bread.
What'd I get?
French dip with mashed taters.
You got what? Why'd I get taters for?
It was taters or chips because they don't have French fries here. I got fresh brewed iced tea, so he's the happy camper. That's the only reason he came back. I came back for the soup.
What do you think about your soup?
It was excellent. I couldn't have asked for anything better. So, Norwegian dumpling, something soup, I don't know. It was to die for. It had a piece of bread. It was just lightly toasted, and it had butter on it. Good stuff.
So I had the French dip, and it was pretty good. They had mashed potatoes. I could have done without it. They actually had the skins on them. I'm not a skin-eating guy, so
Only chicken.
yeah, only chicken. So other than that, yeah, it was pretty good today. I ate all my sandwich. Actually, it was a really big sandwich, and I'm assuming they make homemade bread.
Yeah, because the bread was everything. It was good. Good place to go, especially if you like soup. I found my favorite restaurant in Sturgis.
Coming up right now is we're heading over to the city hall, the police station there, and we're going to be talking to the chief, and he's going to tell us some of the things to keep you out of trouble during the rally. So let's go switch over there to Sturgis at the police station.
Let's go talk to Chief Vanderwater.
Jody Vandewater, Chief of Police for Sturgis.
And what do we got coming up soon?
I think we got a rally coming up. So
There you go, the
we got a
85th.
big one. The was 85th rally. Going to be a hopefully a big one. I haven't heard. It's been quiet. So
Okay. So what's some of your concerns this year about the rally? Being it's an anniversary year.
we always have concerns. We want to make sure that everybody comes here and has a good time, is able to enjoy all the events that we have going on here and do it safely. You know, the less interaction we have with citizens, I feel the better. You know, we enjoy the interactions, but at the end of the day, we want to make sure they're making good choices and enjoying their time here, because it gets expensive, unfortunately, if you got to visit our jail. So,
how's the open container work?
open container, this is what, the third or fourth year, I think now. Going to be pretty much the same boundaries. The event cup, I suppose, over the last 3 or 4 years, we've tried to focus on education. I think our citations are probably in the single digits compared to our verbal warnings for the open container, but we try to just get compliance by just talking to the citizens and the violations and just saying, hey, do me a favor, make sure it's in a cup, make sure it's only beer and wine. And if we get compliance that way, great. So we've had a few that don't want to comply, and unfortunately then it gets have a citation or end up staying in jail for the night. So.
What's the law on marijuana right now in South Dakota?
Medicinal only, and you got to have your medical card with you. You can't consume it in public or in motor vehicles, so it's best just to leave it at home.
And if you do have it, it needs to be in the prescription bottle.
And you need to have your card with you, yes.
Yeah. Somebody brings their cup from years previous. Now, do they still give you a wristband to get in and out of the bars?
No, the wristbands were the first year, and that was just too cumbersome,
Okay.
just too much. So it's simplified now. As long as you're 21 years of age and it's beer and wine only, you can have it in an event cup. And if it's, we're not going to get down looking if it's a 2025, 2024, or if it's from Deadwood or another area, but we just want it in the local Sturgis event cup if possible, and make sure it's not distilled spirits.
When do you, at this moment, when are we suspecting the street will be closed down for bikes only?
So they're talking, there's been, the downtown businesses are interested in trying to close it a little bit early during the pre-week. That's still in talks. I think they're gonna come up with an idea hopefully in the next week or so, and we'll see what the council decides on. But as of now, they'll be closed from Friday, August 1st to 2 a.m. on Monday, August 10th or whatever that Monday is. So it'll actually, I think they're proposing to keep it closed on Sunday now instead of opening it up Sunday morning like they used to in years past. But a lot of that's still up in the air. We're waiting for the final say by our council.
What's some of the most popular tickets that seem to be written during the rally?
Probably the big stuff, the drugs, the alcohol violations, and when I say alcohol, that's driving while intoxicated. Our biggest issue is parking tickets. Unfortunately, that's probably one of our highest ones. You get a $20 parking ticket along with a tow bill. Unfortunately, when we do have to enforce parking, we got to tow to remove the problem. If we didn't tow it, then problems stay there and we wouldn't get rectified. So that gets expensive. The tow companies are private entities. They're not associated with the police department, but we utilize our local tow companies to tow, and that's where it gets expensive.
So I think it was last year that you opened up a couple of the side streets because of the emergency that happened before. Mm-hmm. So will those be like that again? They'll only be parking on some of the side, the cross streets. You only had like one side you could park on.
Yeah, historically we kept Harley-Davidson Way or 2nd Street, however you want to look at it. Used to be open for traffic to get through, you know. And that's been changed because we seem to be closing it more than it was open for different events down there. So what we've done now is we have Harley-Davidson Way is open to vehicular traffic down to the South Alley, from Sherman Street to the South Alley. 1st Street is a fire lane, but vehicular traffic can get through there. There'll be no parking because they're fire lanes, but you'll be able to drive a car through 1st Street, and then 3rd Street will be the same way with the fire lanes. Hopefully that'll help alleviate any issues. If you are in a car and you're handicapped, there'll be parking in front of City Hall, across the street from City Hall. It's all handicap parking. And then of course we try to encourage the motorcycles, if they're handicapped, make sure that the handicap spots down there with motorcycle only parking is left for the handicapped motorcycles.
So stay away from all the red zones to make sure your tire's not touching any of the red zones down on Main Street.
Red zones, yellow zones, make sure where you're parking. If you have to ask an officer, probably better double check it. And don't rely on anybody else. If someone's parked there, just because there's a bike parked there, they may be illegally parked. There should be signs, plenty of signs, either on the barricades with motorcycle only parking or no parking in this area. There'll be red markings on the ground. We also have stickers that the city puts down. Our public works guys do a great job of putting them down, so you know where to park, where not to park. And then also look at any light poles in the area or street power poles. They'll have parking or no parking allowed. So yeah. But if you have to ask, be careful. I would double check. It's a perfect time to take opportunity to take and park in the private parking. A lot of the banks, different areas a lot of our youth have different fundraising programs where they pay to park. You pay $5, $10, $20, and it's safe there all night long. Leave it parked there. It's worth the money. It's going to save you the hundreds of dollars in a toll bill.
When do we have to have our bikes off the street?
So starting Thursday night, is that the 31st? I
Yes.
believe it is. Our street crews, our officers go through that night, start cleaning, removing cars, towing cars and motorcycles. So our public works can come in, get our barricades set up, and get it ready for motorcycle only parking. So that Thursday the 31st by probably 2 a.m.
And that's normally the practice all through the week too. The bikes should all be off by 2 o'clock.
So by 2 o'clock, 2:15 is usually where it's at. We try to give them a chance. They may be trying to get some food or finishing up in the bars, but 2:15 we start towing. And unfortunately we don't do that to ruin anybody's fun. We do that so our public works crews can get in there and clean. They need to get in there and clean and get it done. They got 4 hours to get it washed down, the trash picked up before it opens back up at 6 a.m. because 6 a.m. comes around and we'll see our early risers coming and parking in Main Street. So.
And you said this before, but the police department makes no money on the towing.
No. We get the $20 toll bill, and otherwise it's a private entities that get do the tow bill. So we get no kickbacks. We're not in a partnership with the tow companies, unfortunately. If we were, we would make a lot more money. So yeah, but unfortunately, no, we're not. They're their own entities. So.
Let's see, what else do I gotta say? We're gonna write all our questions down, and we didn't get that far today. I talked about tickets. Talk a little bit about showing off, no, revving bikes.
Yeah, revving bikes, revving engines, doing burnouts, no. I mean, remember, unfortunately, sometimes we forget some good sense. Let's make sure that when we come from wherever we're coming, let's make sure we bring our good sense or our common sense with us, and let's not give ourselves unwanted attention. Sometimes bringing that unwanted attention has unwanted consequences. So we want you to come and have a good time, but we want you to do it legally. You know, have a good time, but make sure you understand the rules of the road and the laws of South Dakota when you do come here.
And also, there's more than just your police department here.
So we have law enforcement from all walks of life. Sturgis Police Department is a small department. We bring in officers from all over that are hired essentially for the rally. They work under the umbrella of Sturgis Police Department. We also have the Meade County Sheriff's Office, who has they have deputies here. We have the South Dakota Highway Patrol. We have the South Dakota Division of Criminal Investigation, and then depending on the years, we have some of our federal agencies come and support us as well. So it's a group effort to try to maintain order and keep everybody safe and happy.
And typically, you have to have a probable cause to pull somebody over. Just can't pull them over because you just want to look at their license.
Exactly. You got to have a reason. So, and we like to everybody have a good time. Like I said, don't bring unwanted attention to you, you know. So.
All right, anything else? I think.
Of course, it goes without saying, don't drink and drive, and then maybe eye protection.
Oh, yeah. So
talk about helmets too, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so what's the law here on helmets?
18. Anybody under the age of 18 needs to be wearing a helmet. Then you need to also have eye protection or a windshield with sufficient height. So your crotch rockets that have the windshield, or sometimes you have a Sportster or whatever that's got a small windshield. If it's not up there to a reasonable height, almost covering your eyes, then you're going to need to have eye protection. Glasses, they could be prescription glasses, they can be sunglasses, but in the evenings you need to have clear lenses. So.
How about stopping at stop signs?
Stop at stop signs. Do we put 1 foot down? Do we put 2 foot down? What do we do? You know, there's state law doesn't, but anybody that rides a motorcycle knows you put 1 foot down, you still keep your other foot on the brake. So we require you come to a full stop, put your foot down, make sure you're stopped. We know that. If you're doing a California stop, you're going to get unwanted attention. If you roll through it without stopping, you're going to probably, sooner or later, we'll find you. If you don't, and we'll probably have a chat with you. But you need to make sure you're coming to a complete stop. You know?
How about our group rides that come through?
So you can ride 2 abreast. Everybody behind you 2 abreast. So the 2 come up, you got to stop. The next 2, you can't. If you're a group of 20, you can't want the first 2 stop and everybody else roll through. You're going to have to stop, yield to the other motor vehicles in the intersections and allow them to come through. So you're going to be 2. You might have to let everybody go through. So you're probably going to get separated unless you're in a group ride that's been approved to do a group ride through town. So.
And escorted.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, is that about it?
Nope, we're going to talk about the Chief's ride.
That's what I was going to say that at the end. That was going to be my last thing.
All right.
So
Yep.
we're excited about it because we want to sign up this year. So
Yep.
tell us about the Chief's ride.
So it's one of the few that the city's doing. This and the Mayor's Ride are probably be the 2 main rides that the city does this year. The Chief's Ride will be the 4th annual Chief's Ride. We're hoping to make it bigger. Years past, it's benefited different nonprofits, our animal shelter or our police athletic league. This year, we have a reserve association. It's our volunteer group that they utilize that money to outfit their reserve officers with duty gear or equipment. So we're going to be hopefully kicking off the registration here shortly with that and getting online registration. We'll have day of the event. Doing some registration as well. The cost I'm not sure, but we always ask for a donation. We're going to work on throwing a t-shirt for any registered riders and their passengers. It'll be Wednesday, July 30th, I believe it is. I don't have a calendar. Yeah, do it's right in front of me. So Wednesday, July 30th, we'll be meeting at the tennis courts, and probably hopefully kickstands up around 10 a.m. Probably do the same route as last year. Probably be we might go a little longer because we don't have any deadline to be here for lunch. The city's not serving lunch. We're doing this ourselves, so we'll probably just maybe change up and do a little longer ride instead. So.
Okay, sounds good. And you'll be able to find that on the
should be
city's
coming
website?
up on the city's website with the rally and events websites. Yeah, hopefully they'll do some advertising. Check out our social media. The city of Sturgis should be pushing that out here shortly.
Okay. We want to welcome everybody to the Sturgis Rally.
Yeah, this is the 85th. We hope you come and enjoy it. Take in all the events throughout not only Sturgis but the western South Dakota, and hope that you're safe. If you drink, don't drive. Get a ride. If you see something, make sure you say something.
We're coming over here to Loud American. Just a week or so ago, we had steak tips there, and we want to see, they were really good, and we want to see again if they're as good as they were last time. So let's go inside, and what we usually order.
We usually get the tips and chips.
And that'll be what they'll have going on during the rally, but they won't have tater tots, which is normally what we get right now before the rally. But that's one of the things we like to get. Actually, it's enough there for both of us to eat, fill both of us up. So depending on if you're really, really hungry, there's probably, 10 or 15 of them in the basket. We never counted them, but it's really good and fully. The other thing I want to let you know is if you come down here early, they are no longer doing all-you-can-eat steak tips on Sunday. So let's get inside and see what we think. What'd you get?
We got the tips and chips and some chicken tortilla soup.
So what'd you think about today's?
They were very good again. The same thing as last week, so they're very consistent, which is a good thing.
Yep, so really good. I said, there really couldn't be anybody in town that has any better than Loud American. I think, they were probably one of the first ones that kind of have them in this area. And got another fan there going by. So pretty exciting. So we do highly recommend Loud American to get those steak tips.
There you go.
And be looking out here on some of the days during the rally. We'll be doing some lives. We're sitting right out there at one of the tables.
Right here on Main Street.
Yep. Wave and you can get on TV.
There you go. We'll put you on.
You too can be a YouTube star.
There you go.
Let's get moving.
Okay, we're back over here and we're going to do another live with Bob. He's over at Sturgis Indian Motorcycle Dealership. Bob, take it away. What does Lauren have to say?
Today, I'm also going to add on today that we're stopping over here at the Sturgis Indian Motorcycle Dealer and checking out some of the bikes. I've seen some of the commercials that Lauren's had on the radio that was talking about their water-cooled bikes. So it looks like all their 25 touring bikes all have a cooling system on it, which is kind of cool. Of course, it'd be kind of cool. So, hey, might have to take one of those out for a little bit of a ride and check that out. If anybody out there has one, kind of put down here in the comments and let me know what you think about that. Does the bike run that much cooler? I know that's one of the things that they've always said about Harley Davidson, that if they water cooled the engine, other than just the heads, that would lower the emissions where you could actually get more horsepower out of the bike, because the cooler it runs, the less emissions it puts out. The hotter it is, more pollution it puts out. So hey, let me know down here if you checked out one of those Indians or if you own one of the new ones that's got a radiator in it. 25. There you go. We're going to wrap it up today and head over to an ice cream place.
Oh, well, we've got to end up the day with an ice cream over at Emma's Ice Cream Shop.
Right here on Main Street.
That's right. Let's go in and see what goodies we can find. brownie sundae with
What'd I-
chocolate ice cream and hot fudge.
What'd I get?
You got a root beer float.
I'm already eating it.
And he's halfway done now. You know what?
Where's the ice cream shop? What's the name of it?
It's called Emma's Ice Cream.
And what's the address?
1053
Main
Street.
There you
South
go.
Sturgis.
Yep, I think they're the only place on Main Street that sells ice cream.
There you go. They got fresh made, handmade ice cream, all different flavors, so every day's a different flavor.
What's in the back?
They have, it's called Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Tap house.
It's a tap house, and you can just use your little card and you can try all the little drinks. You can get 1 ounce, 10 ounces, as much as you want once you find the one you like. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I hope you got a lot of this great information. Don't forget to support our sponsors. They're the ones that get us here to get you all this great information. And tell them Bob and Tam sent you. If you go see them, subscribe to our channel. If you haven't already, share us with your family and friends. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.
There you go. Got more breaking news? We'll wrap it up here today with our breaking news stories.
That's right. Keep in touch.
See you tomorrow.